Welcome to Who Yelling Now? Season 3, Episode 3, The Currency of Nothing. The greatest lie we tell ourselves. For entertainment purposes only. Copyright Mackenzie. We come with empty hands. We come into this world naked, wailing, full of potential, and not a single belonging to our name. And yet, before the cord even gets cut, someone is already counting your name, your weight, your future. We are branded in moments, not by fire, by form. Race, gender, class, status, tribe, nation. And before we can even crawl, we start lying. That's mine. We build houses to protect the lie. We build banks to expand it. We build religions to forget it. But the truth is simpler. You came with nothing. You'll leave with nothing. And everything you touch in between is borrowed breath on loan from eternity. We come into this world with open hands, small, reaching, hungry for touch, not ownership. And somewhere between childhood and the first time somebody said, "This is mine," we learned to close them. We collect love because we're afraid to lose it. We collect things because we can't control people. We collect praise because we mistake it for proof. And we stack all these pieces of validation in the corner. Call it a personality. Then wonder why it keeps falling apart every time we move. This episode is all about the lie we all tell ourselves. The lie that something here belongs to us. Welcome to the currency of nothing. Friends, this story is called The Collector, about a man who collected everything except himself. His name was Elijah. In his town, they called him the Collector. He started small, a boy with a box under his bed, bottle caps, marbles, a lucky coin. He liked the sound they made when they hit the wood. That sound said, "I exist." The boy grew up. The box grew bigger. The marbles became degrees. The coins became currency. the bottle caps became a 5-bedroom house with matching furniture. He collected things because people applauded the pile. He thought applaud was purpose. When he got older, he began collecting people, friends, followers, titles, opinions. He even collected enemies because even hate made him feel known. In his house, did he collect? His house looked like a museum that had given up on creation. Every surface had a story. A chipped mug from his first love, a wedding invitation he never mailed, a postcard from a city he never reached. The collector believed if he surrounded himself with proof, then the emptiness would stop echoing. He had a drawer labeled "Apologies I Never Said," another labeled "People I Blamed." On one shelf, a single glove. The other was lost to memory or denial. His favorite thing to collect, though, was silence. He said it filled the room the best. People would visit sometimes, reporters, neighbors, the occasional student. They'd marvel at the chaos. "You've got everything," they'd say. Elijah would smile and reply, "Not yet." His poetic inventory of want went like this: I own 7 shades of desire, 1,000 unopened promises, 2 dusty jars of potential. My heart is tagged and stored in aisle 3 next to ego. I keep joy in a box marked someday. It fits nicely besides my box of regret. I don't hoard things, I hoard almost. Every shell smells like the life I meant to live. One afternoon, a young woman arrived. Her name was Marine. She carried an old locket, a small thing wrapped in trembling hands. It belonged to my grandmother, she said to Elijah. It's been in my family forever. I think it's time to let it go. Elijah smiled. Everything comes here eventually, he said. She placed the locket on his counter. But when he touched it, he felt something he hadn't in years. Warmth. The locket hummed, not loud, but enough. He opened it. Inside, a portrait of a woman smiling mid-laugh. The kind of smile that doesn't know it's being watched. She looks alive, he said. She was, Marine whispered, until she forgot why. When she left, Elijah couldn't stop staring at the picture. For the first time, he didn't want to own it. He wanted to remember it. The woman and her smile. Friends, do you believe objects remember what we forget? The chair remembers your weight. The cup remembers your warmth. The mirror remembers your face. Objects never let go. People do. We fight for dust. We build towers that kiss the sky, forgetting gravity always wins. We hoard things that won't remember us. And when we turn to ash, only the moments we gave away will still shine. Let's continue with the collector's dream. That night, the collector dreamed. His shelves began to breathe, slow and heavy. The photographs blinked, the jewelry whispered, and the coins clinked together, spelling out, "Let us go." He saw himself reflected in everything. 1,000 versions of Elijah staring back. "Who are you?" he asked. "The proof," they answered. "Proof of what?" "Of what you couldn't live twice." He tried to run, but the walls stretched into infinity. Every object screamed his name. Every apology whispered, "Mine." He woke up gasping, surrounded by all that was supposed to fill him, but now looked like ghosts demanding rent. There is no crime in wanting comfort, but there is a danger in mistaking it for meaning. Every empire falls for the same reason. Its people forget the difference between ownership and stewardship. We were never meant to own the earth. We were meant to tend it. But owners feel like ownership feels like power, and power of ownership is addictive. The next morning, Elijah dragged a table to the edge of his yard. He put everything out that he thought he didn't want. Clocks, books, medals, broken hearts, 1 cracked mirror, 3 jars labeled dreams deferred. Everything must go, he muttered, but no one came. He waited. The sky darkened. The air grew still. Even the birds avoided his yard. That's when he realized no one wanted to buy what couldn't be used, because what he collected wasn't treasure. It was weight. Elijah stood in the center of his house that night, surrounded by memories he didn't remember. He struck a match. The first thing to burn was the box labeled regret. It screamed the loudest. The fire climbed, licking every shelf, every frame, every story that was never his. Outside, the neighbors watched in silence. The orange light flickered in their eyes. When it was over, all that remained was one blackened chair. He sat in it, hands open again, just as he started. Empty, peaceful, human. Weeks before his death, Elijah had a vivid dream. He was standing in front of a huge desk, feeling quite small, as only an adult can feel when naked in public. Elijah shouted up to the desk, "I'd like to open an account." The clerk said, "Wonderful, sir. What currency will you be depositing?" Elijah said with a strong, steady voice, "Achievements, followers, my mother's approval." The clerk said, "Sir, those aren't valid tender here," with a hidden laughter beneath his words. Elijah, irritated, snapped back, "Excuse me? I worked hard for this validation. I burned everything I owned." The clerk, with a musical wisp to his voice, stated loudly, "We only accept love freely given, forgiveness truly felt, and wisdom earned through suffering." Elijah muttered angrily, "That sounds like robbery." The clerk, with a firm thump on the desk, screamed at Elijah, "No, sir, that's redemption. You have journeyed so far and saw what others have not, but you failed to see. 0 is a circle. We begin at 0. We end at 0. Between the two, we pretend that the middle has mass. But 0 is not void. 0 is a circle. It doesn't erase. It completes." The clerk took a deep breath and in a more patient voice continued, "Sir, you think your reflection is you. But that's just the light bouncing off the lie. You measure value by comparison, never realizing how hollow that scale is. Your lie, my man, my little man, you lie to yourself, not because you are evil, but because you're afraid to see how small you are without your illusions." Elijah awoke, covered in sweat. His face was wet with tears and sweat. He was so bothered by the dream that he called his lawyer the next day and added a special provision to his will. During his funeral, an auctioneer appeared on the stage in front of all his friends. "I am here today by the bequest of Elijah, the dearly departed, to sell what remained of his collection." The auctioneer said, "Let's begin with the first lot. A lifetime of effort." The crowd started all talking at once. Finally, the auctioneer said, "Sold." Next lot, one ambition. Sold. Next lot, 4 relationships, all slightly cracked. Sold. Next lot, 12 good intentions, non-refundable. Sold. When it was all gone, the auctioneer looked at the crowd and said, "Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for coming to help Elijah in his final moment." The crowd clapped because everything he ever owned had become theirs now. Your total, Elijah, is everything you were. His balance due upon his exit was 1 soul. The only thing left behind was silence. We, my friends, spend our lives withdrawing from a bank we never deposited into. The bank of souls. We trade meaning for metrics. We confuse being seen with being known. We confuse being busy with being purposeful. We confuse being full with being fulfilled. This is called the weight of nothing. My dearest listeners, collectors, let me share a parable I first heard as a child. It's called The Parable of the Empty Box. There was once a woman who lived in a kingdom where every soul was given a box at birth. Inside was supposed to be the meaning of life. People spent their whole lives guarding their boxes, building castles to protect them, fighting wars to steal others' boxes. When she grew old, her box felt heavy. So finally, she decided to open it. It was empty. She laughed for the first time in years because she realized it was never about what's in the box, but what she filled the world around it with. My current and future zeros beginning the journey to a circle. Somewhere, someone is listing everything they've lost, thinking it adds up to nothing. But nothing? That's where we started. Maybe the purpose was never to collect, but to circulate, to let love, laughter, and lessons flow through us like water in borrowed hands. We are all collectors in denial, saving things meant to pass through us. So the next time you feel empty, don't rush to fill it. Maybe it's not a loss. Maybe it's your soul finally catching its breath. Maybe life was never about ownership, but experiences. Maybe success isn't measured by accumulation, but by surrender. The poorest man may die with nothing, but if he dies without envy, he's wealthier than a king. So ask yourself today, what am I still carrying that won't cross over with me? Because the lie we tell ourselves is that there's still time to let go. You came with nothing. You'll leave with nothing. But how beautiful the story of what you built in between. This has been episode 3 of season 3 of Who Yelling Now? And today we let go. I shall see you in the next episode.